Simple inequalities. When we write inequalities, we use symbols. So, we can say 6 is greater than 4, and 3 is less than 8. A good way to remember which way to write the symbol is to imagine that the mouth of the symbol is eating the bigger number. I like to think of it as Pac-Man wanting to eat as much as he can, so he eats the bigger number. We say greater than and less than are strict inequalities. We can also say that x is greater than or equal to 9, meaning that x could be any number that is 9 or bigger. We can also write y is less than or equal to 6, meaning that y is any number that is 6 or smaller. The way we solve inequalities is very similar to how we solve equations. The one key difference is when we divide by a negative number, we flip the inequality sign. So if we have minus 4x is less than or equal to 12, then we can divide by sides by minus 4. So we have x and minus 3. However, we need to flip the sign so it is now x is greater than or equal to minus 3. We can also use set notation to write the solutions when solving inequalities. So we can write an open curly bracket, followed by x, then followed by a colon. We then write the inequality, which is x is greater than or equal to minus 3. We then end with curly brackets. Inequalities can also be written on a number line. We use a circle to show the boundary value and an arrow to show which values are part of the solution. So if we want to represent x is greater than or equal to minus 3 on a number line, we would draw a solid circle above the peg that represents minus 3 on the number line and draw an arrow to the right. This demonstrates that x is any value greater than or equal to minus 3. If we were going to demonstrate x is greater than minus 3, we would just draw the outline circle. So it is an open circle that isn't shaded in. Also, if you are showing x is less than a number, then you draw your arrow to the left of the number. Let's have a go at doing some example questions. To solve this question, we need to collect the x terms on one side of the inequality and the other numbers on the other side of the inequality. So we will have 2x minus 5x is greater than or equal to 3 plus 12. So this simplifies to minus 3, x is greater than or equal to 15. Then we divide both sides by minus 3, and we remember to flip the inequality sign too. So we have x is less than or equal to minus 5. We can write this in set notation by having a curly bracket, then x, then a colon, then we write the inequality x is less than or equal to minus 5. Then we close with a curly bracket. Let's do one more example question. Again, let's collect like terms. So we have 4x minus x on the left-hand side, which is greater than 15 plus 3. This simplifies to 3x is greater than 18. We then divide both sides by 3, so we have x is greater than 6. We need to represent this on a number line, so let's draw a number line. First we draw a straight line, and then we draw some pegs that are equally spaced apart. We know x is greater than 6, so we can start our number line on any number less than 6, but we also need to make sure that values that are greater than 6 can still fit on our number line. Let's start with 4. So we can write 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, and continue all the way up to the last peg on our number line. So as x is strictly greater than 6, so we draw an open circle above the peg that represents 6 and then draw an arrow to the right of 6 to represent all the values greater than it. So we are done. Want to continue learning? Then make sure to click onto the next video in this topic series. But first, if you found this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Maths Mentorship. Also, leave any questions you have in the comments section below.